It's around the year 2000. I'm maybe 7 or 8 years old, and I'm about to get my first taste of proper blockbuster cinema when a rerun of Brendan Fraser's star vehicle The Mummy is shown on like ITV2 or something. It's not the greatest film in the world, but I am enthralled. I'm a kid who up to this point has never seen Jurassic Park, never seen Indiana Jones, not seen The Goonies. Basically, in the film world, I've never been on an adventure, and The Mummy takes me on one. The special effects with the scarabs make my skin crawl, the villain Imhotep scares the shit out of me, the setting is full of enchantment and mystery, I'm rooting for the heroes, I hope Benny gets what's coming to him, and when I'm not covering my eyes, I'm staring at the screen with a wide-eyed wonder, my jaw agape in amazement at what I'm seeing before me. I think everyone obsessed with film, everyone from the writers to the directors to the cult collectors can pin down the exact moment they truly fell in love with movies. I know mine, and it was with the 1999 remake of The Mummy. Now that I've been writing about and studying the process of making films for around 10 years, I recognise it's not even all that great. I mean, it's pretty damn good for a summer blockbuster in 1999, but it's not going to crack anyone's top 100 list. Except mine, because it will always have a significantly special place in my heart. The 2017 movie, however, is most certainly not welcome there. I hate this. I hate it so much. It might even be my least favourite film of the year. It might be my least favourite film to ever exist alongside Attack of the Clones. I unnaturally hate this film, and I think it's because the Brendan Fraser flick has this weird sentimental hold on me, but it has been a long time since I was this disappointed with any movie. And I don't know why. I don't think I expected it to be particularly great, but from the moment I heard they were doing it, there was always just this quiet building excitement in me. I knew when it was happening that I should quell it. I was all like, Daniel, look, you got to take these feelings, you got to repress them, you got to put them deep down, bury them right on down there next to the time you lived with your dad. You're setting yourself up for a heartbreak, but I didn't listen to me. I'm young, naive, and foolish, and I went in there, and it was fucking shit. It was so fucking shit, man. I'd have been fine with okay. Just standard blockbuster fare would have had me happy enough. Just something. Just a tiny little twinge. A moment. That's all I wanted. A moment that made me feel like I was back at my parents, 8 years old, hanging on to every ad break with bated breath because I just had to see where it all went, but there wasn't a single one. The Mummy is the blandest, most uninspired, uninteresting crawl through shat-out set pieces featuring boring-ass plain protagonists who have as much chemistry as water mixed with water. There's just nothing to cling on to. It's as gratifying as a sandwich made of air. It's as unappealing as needing to sneeze and the sneeze never coming. It's cornflakes without milk. Or corn. And most insulting of all, this is the film that's supposed to set up a whole universe of this crap. But it's done so bad at that, Universal are now suddenly turning around and saying that the last trilogy of films happen in this same canon. Don't you fucking dare, lads. Don't you dare connect that shit to this shit. Me and the rest of the Brendan Fraser Mummy fan club are furious. You've upset 3 very passionate people here. That's me, Brendan, and Kanye. He's the fan. And you're probably thinking, oh, come on. It can't be that bad. And that's the worst part. It isn't. It's never truly horrendous in the same way as Transformers 2 or something. It's just all this consistent level of quite below average without ever being awful enough to be an entertaining train wreck. It often feels like the colour beige got a movie adaptation. And granted, I probably only hate it so much because of a personal investment in The Mummy, but even if I'd never seen a single other Mummy film, scratch that, even if I'd never seen a single other film, I'd still think this was as boring and unpleasant as a year-long diet of soggy rich tea biscuits. I'm like trying to think of ways to make fun of it, and even then nothing's sticking out at me. It just all drones on. Tom Cruise was in it. I remember that much. He wasn't very good. The Mummy maybe wanted to bang him, I think. Russell Crowe played a man whose superpower was that if he didn't have a bit of Calpol every 5 minutes, he'd turn Cockney. It's just all so shit. The jokes were unfunny, the action was uninteresting, the performances were meh. I felt as dead as the antagonist the whole runtime. And I'll tell you what really pissed me off, the setting. Going back to the 1999 film again, I know, I'm sorry, I just love it so much. They took the mummy concept and they wove the fabric of their story around it. You saw pyramids and tombs and quicksand and lost civilizations. The world had a character all its own, steeped in exotic culture. After seeing this film, I was so excited by what I saw, I started reading the Egypt sections of encyclopedias just for fun. I was researching all about the gods, I was writing my name in hieroglyphics and shit. Point is, it was so alive. The setting informed the action and the plot informed the setting. Now this movie, 90% of it is set in London. Fucking London. Of all the exotic locales on earth, you choose the shit tip that once elected Boris Johnson? And you don't even set it in London, really. That's like maybe a tiny snippet of it. The vast majority is in dark underground warehouses and tunnels that are completely indistinguishable from any other dark underground warehouse and tunnel. And the outdoors aren't much better. This could be anywhere. This street could be anywhere. This forest could be anywhere. It's like you got your background ideas from clip art libraries. What boring places to set a boring film. Even the Transformers franchise has the decency to take us to pretty locales. Oh, and spoilers coming? Death has absolutely no meaning in this film whatsoever, taking out any stakes. Off the top of my head, I think I count 4 out of 5 of the major characters die in this flick. Tom Cruise even dies twice, and in every instance of death, except for the baddie, they all come back to life. Like it's Bambi with a revisionist ending made up by your mum who can't stand to see you cry. Even the villain is probably going to come back for sequels if they set up this dark universe they crave so badly, which, by the way, that doesn't make any sense. That is the most shameless and obvious case of a studio so desperately wanting some of that MCU money if ever there was one. What even does a dark universe achieve? You know, with Marvel and DC, their comics, they build up the superhero team-ups and battles, I get it. With that Godzilla one they're doing, it gets you to see Godzilla versus King Kong, which is just cool, you know, it's like a fun idea. But what does anyone gain from going, Frankenstein and the creature from the Black Lagoon are in the same universe? Great. So, what are you going to do? You're going to do a monster bad guy team-up? That seems silly for the dark, gritty, realistic tone you're going for. You're going to make them fight? Those films exist. And you know, they were novel at the time, but monsters existing in the same medium is nothing now. Supernatural and Buffy both happened. Monster Squad achieved in one film what you're trying to do in 20. I have no reason to care. Especially if this universe's setup is going to slow your already dull films to a grinding halt just so that Russell Crowe can pop up and go, "Hello, I'm Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde and I have no reason to be here." Oh, and maybe I missed something by focusing too much on my efforts to try and stay conscious throughout the runtime of this piece of shit, but then it made no fucking sense to me. So let me just abridge it real quick. The mummy's all like, "Tommy boy, let me stab you with this magic dagger so the devil himself can take over you." And then Tom goes, Nah, I'm alright. And then the whole film is her chasing him down going, "Oh, but please though, please, it'll be fun." Then at the end, Tom's love interest dies and he has the dagger and the mummy is all like, "Yo, fam, give me the dagger." Then Tom is all like, "Will you stab us though?" And she's all like, "Almost definitely." And he's like, "Ha! I'll beat you to it then." And then he stabs himself. And I think, what? What did you just... Why would you do that? Someone clarify for me, but did I miss a point in the film where the ritual would only work or something if she stabbed him? Or maybe they said, like, whoever did the stabbing could control the evil or some shit? Because I'm pretty sure this was never set up prior and that Tom Cruise's character in this film is just a complete fucking moron. Anyway, Evil Demon then successfully takes over Tom, as is supposed to happen, so I really don't know what his plan was. But then he controls it through, like, the power of love. And suddenly he's got super strength and magic powers, which he uses to kill the mummy and bring everyone back to life before riding into the sunset. Then the credits roll, and I feel like I just watched bad fan fiction. There's not even, like, a cinematic quality or anything when he brings back his mate who died at the start of the film. The movie just cuts and then his mate's just in the desert and says something along the lines of, "Wow, I'm sure glad you got those superpowers and brought me back to life. That was real swell of you." I'm not even exaggerating. It's not those exact words, but it's pretty close. I mean, that's close on a joke, but that's laughable enough, really, innit? So yeah, it's shit. There's the review over. The marathon continues. This one's up a little bit later as I couldn't record for a while as there was an extremely loud outdoor concert at the bottom of my street. That was fun. And by that I mean it wasn't fun at all. It was incredibly annoying. That said, we got there in the end. Another vid in the bag, another one tomorrow. So like if you enjoyed it, subscribe to support me, follow me on social media for updates, links in the description, and I'll see you then as we continue to count down on to July 12th. Oh, and as I mentioned in my last video, I got sponsored. If you're in the market for a t-shirt subscription service that will send you a new official tee catered specifically to your interests every month like the one here I'm modelling with my best Derek Zoolander impression, then go to tblocks.com and enter the referral code GeekyGlassesTBX to get 10% off your entire order, whether it's for 1 month or the whole year. Anyway, that's all from me. See you tomorrow, and don't forget...